What's going on, folks, and welcome back to another SCUM video. I hope you're all doing well. Guys, I've been waiting to do this video for quite some time, and as we all know, there is a little bit of chaos within the 0.8 patch, which obviously brought modular vehicles and a few other different things as well. So now that there is some kind of stability within the chaos and the way that the vehicles do work at the traders, I think we're kind of at that kind of stable-ish point where I can actually show you and give you guys a good demo of how things work with the vehicles. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. It might be a bit lengthy because I'm actually going to go through everything about vehicles into detail on how you repair, get the engines and stuff like that, and things to be wary of. Like, for example, the majority of the time when you find a vehicle on the map right now, it's not going to have much in it. It's not going to have everything that you're going to need for a vehicle. So you can see, you can open the hood there, and if I click push, then it enables me to push the car. So if you find one of these out in the wild, then you can push the car to a trader. In fact, if it doesn't have an engine, you're going to have to push it to a trader. This is where we need to have towing in the game, because you can have another car that will pull the car that doesn't work to the trader rather than having to rely on pushing it, because you cannot push uphill. So if you do have elevated terrain around your area that you find the vehicle, you're going to have issues, guys, okay? And this is what the comment section's for down below as well. So feel free if you want to come up with some questions, any ideas, anything that you think sounded good within the video, and just give us some feedback. I'd really appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to show you now some things you can do at the trader. Now, there are certain things you can do outside of the trader, like, for example, let me just close this door here. What you will need to have, a car jack. Now, you can find these, or you can buy these at the trader, and you're going to need some repair kits as well, guys. Okay, vehicle repair kits is a necessity when doing stuff like this. So what you want to do is you want to put the car jack in your hand like this, hold F over the car, and you can service the vehicle on the car jack like this. So now you can absolutely modify things like this as well. So you can see we've got the engine parts, but from what I gather, you can only buy the engine once it's actually up on the car jack in here. Once it's up on this, which you'll see in a moment. Once we see in a second. Now, obviously, you can change the wheels. You can even remove the wheels. Now, obviously, where I have a vehicle repair kit, I can take the wheels off. Now, if I was to take the wheel off and store it like this, I can end the service, so to speak. Now you can see that there is no wheel on the car. Probably a smart way to sort of keep your vehicle at base, by putting these or hiding these, even burying the wheels if you're not using them, which I think is a really good idea, actually. So keep note of that one. Let us know what you think in the comments about that one. Taking all your wheels off and hiding them until you actually really need it. So we're going to go back over to the vehicle here. I need to put the car jack in hand, and we're going to service the vehicle there. So now I'm going to put the wheel in my hand there, hold F, or actually just tap F, and it will install the wheel back onto the vehicle as well. Now, as far as I'm aware, if I do remove that wheel one more time, the wheel actually does have a percentage, which you can see here. It's 100%. So I'm gathering that these will degrade over time. You can also take off doors as well. So obviously that's not going to have a door now, which is very clear. But at the same time, if you do find a vehicle and you do bring it to a trader, guys, you need to make sure that you have a lock on your vehicle when you bring it to a trader. Number one rule, right? If you haven't, then there's nothing you can do other than waiting to get some doors to install onto the vehicle, and then you can put a lock on the car, because that is what will stop people stealing your vehicle, basically. So you can see you can actually modify some of these bumpers. You can modify the trunk and the doors as well, and even the windscreen and stuff, and even the wheels with mods. So we're going to get into the mod stage in just a moment, but what we're going to do is we're going to get this car up to a working standard first, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Now, just before I show you all about the vehicles, I just want to get the motorbike out of the way, because the motorbike, the dirt bike, doesn't have a lot of stuff going for it in terms of modular, other than wheels and fuel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my jack, because you need the jack, service the vehicle on the jack, and now I can take off the wheels And don't forget, you do need to have your vehicle repair kits, and it will use these as well. So you can actually see that this one's already on 2, and these 2 are on 20. So everything I've just done in taking all them the doors and the tires off and stuff like that, and even on here, that's how much it's used from one repair kit. So you're going to need them. So I can just click, put that back on, and I can also do the same with the rear tire as well, the rear wheel, and I can install that back on too. And then if I hold F, I can end service, and then I can put the car jack back into my inventory there. So that's basically it with the bike. Right. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to push this, and we're going to go and put this inside here. And I do really think, after sort of doing some testing with this, I don't know how people get vehicles to the trader if it doesn't have an engine, because there's always high terrain. Right, okay. I wish we could turn that guy off sometimes. Okay, so what you do is you just push the car in, put it over the car jack thing here, hold F over it. So obviously, as you know, I don't need a car jack in my hand because we're using the car lift. So service vehicle on car lift. And this is what it does here. Pretty cool though, to be fair. Pretty cool. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you guys how to modify. I'm going to show you how to modify everything. So we can buy an engine from here. So this is how you buy the engine, guys. It's literally on this car jack, because engines weigh a lot and it's not something you can just carry around in your backpack, as most of us know. So if you hold F and click buy engine, now we have the engine. Now we just need an alternator, and we need a battery as well. Well, I now actually have an alternator over here, so you don't actually need to have this on the car jack, or shall I say here at the trader to do this. The only thing you need at the trader is the engine. That's the only thing. I could literally drive this or take this car, push it out, and I could install the battery and the alternator separately now. So there's the alternator going on, again, using vehicle repair kits, so do not forget those. Here's my battery, and I'm going to install the car battery. Now, I think, oh no, we still got it there. Why isn't it installing the battery? Right, so I'm not sure whether this is a bug, but it's not installing the battery. So I'm going to try and figure out why it's not. Let's remove the alternator, put the battery in first. Is this, it won't even give me the option to put the battery in, or will it? Install car battery, no. Okay, so this could potentially be a bug within the game. Not sure why it's not allowing me to install the car battery, because you can see I have 100 out of 100 battery down here, and it's not allowing me to do that. Okay, method in the madness, right? So it's just something I think they need to fix, because there's a couple of other issues that I've noticed as well. So we're going to put the alternator in. We can install that by hand, that's fine. Now we have a battery, we should be able to put that in, unless there's something I am missing. And I don't know what that could be, because it should just install the car battery, but it's not. So I'm just going to buy a battery. If anyone does know, then please let me know on that one, because I did struggle with that before, because obviously I was testing before I was recording. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that one. So now the vehicle is ready to go, right? We've got the engine, the alternator, and we've got a battery in there. So we can now create new things. We can now modify this vehicle. So let's look at the wheels. If we hold F over the wheel, it says buy wheel armor. Now I do have, because I'm on single player, a ridiculous amount of money. So I'm actually just going to modify the whole vehicle and show you. So you can add heavy armor to the door. You can modify the back as well. And this is incredible for the modular vehicle system. It is so much better. And as annoying and as frustrating it has been for you guys, and even myself, because, you know, it's not like we can just go and drive the SUVs around anymore. It's got to a point where, you know, we've now got the modular vehicles, and it's taken a long time for them to put these in. Right, so now what I need to do, I think I might have run out. No, I still haven't. I've still got those. Right, let's see whereabouts, because sometimes the click, the area to click is a little bit finicky, so you just sort of like need to just move around till you find it. So we can buy light armor and heavy armor for the vehicles, which you can see here. And yes, I know this is a bit of a lengthy video, guys, but I don't want to rush something like this. I want to actually go through it properly. Now we've got heavy armor there, and we've got some wheel armor. And you can just imagine just seeing all of these areas on the vehicle, especially with the blueprint for what you can modify on it, you can imagine what this is going to be like with mods. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so now we've like fully armored up the vehicle right now. So we can now have a look at the interior. So we can actually remove the seats in the back. So if I remove the seat here, you can remove this side. And I'm not too sure if you can even put more gear in the car without these. I'm not sure if you can or not. It's like, again, keep that up for discussion, guys, because that's not a part of this video. I'm just showing you how to modify and repair these vehicles. So yes, like you can see these chairs, and you will find a lot of items around the map as well, like doors, wheels, and stuff like that. And you can bring them to the trader to sell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install this. Let's put the seat back in. And I think we can actually, but I'm not sure what you need for it, but I'm pretty sure you can upgrade the seats from what I remember.
Welcome, stranger.
So if you click trade, click on this little square up here, guys. What I'll do is I'll zoom in on it. There's a little square here. And you can see where I'm going now because I haven't got my mouse cursor showing. So if you go to four-wheeled vehicles, and let's click on the Volkswagen, you can see that we have we got the chair, we got the seats. Oh, okay. So okay, that was my bad. So you can't modify the seats yet. You can only add seats in. So you can't like customize the seats on this one. But you can see all the parts here. Now, most of these parts you can find around the island, and you can come bring them and sell them as well. You can see the wheel armor here as well. So if we go to, what is that? Heavy armor top. Right. So we've got that. So that's pretty much it for this vehicle, guys. Now, obviously, you're going to need to put fuel in it as well. Now, you can buy fuel from the traders, or you can actually pay for it at the gas stations, which is going to be very, very risky. Let me put that chair back on. Did not mean to do that. And every time I do that, I'm using a repair kit for the vehicle as well. So now, if I click drive, this should work. Unless, what am I missing from the vehicle? I'm missing fuel. Okay, so let's just go buy some fuel.
Prices are not negotiable.
Let's go buy some gas. Okay, we've got some gas now. So let's put the gas into the car. Fill fuel from container. There we go. So we're now actually filling up the fuel. You can actually siphon the fuel back out of it, as far as I'm aware. So if you hold F on it, you can drain the fuel. So if I put drain, you can see the gasoline canister on the bottom right-hand side. If you just watch, it says 0 out of 40. It should say 40 out of 40. There we go. So we want to fuel it again. I just wanted to show you that just in case anyone didn't know how that worked there. Now, not entirely sure why, but the rear wheels, you cannot actually put any armor on those. Right, so now we should be able to drive this vehicle. This should be good to go. There we go. Right, now as you can see, when there's not a lot of when we've got armor on the front, you can see that's all you can really see out of the vehicle. Now if I hold left alt and look around with the mouse, you can see that you have very, very minimal sight there around the there's not much awareness around that vehicle going on because you physically cannot see it. So you can see this is what we can do with this car. This is the Volkswagen. So hopefully you guys had learned something there and taken a few tips as well at the same time. Again, I really want the devs to bring towing into the game because it just makes all the sense in the world. Right, okay, so we now have the Leica. I think this one is. So yes, it is the Leica. So let's get this, and we're going to put this onto the jack here. Let's put this on here, not jack. There we go. Right. Let's have a look here. Service vehicle and car lift. There you go. There's the vehicle. Now it's up there for the service. Also, something I want to note as well, guys. If you look here, if you're driving around, and you want to get out, shoot someone, loot something, or pick a friend up or whatever, and you want to keep the engine running, just press Shift F. When you press Shift F, your character will get out of the car, but leave the car running. So you can hear the car now, right? Should be able to just hit that. Now, if I was just to press F, then obviously I'm going to shut the engine off. Right. Try not to hit the car as well, guys. So you can see the difference. So this one's fully dressed. This is now fully dressed, fully armored. And you can see she's got everything on. There we go. And that's the difference there. You have to press F to close the door as well. Some people really don't like this feature. I just tried closing it and then she just ran around the other side of the car. So she has to stand there. So you can see the difference already between these two vehicles here. Absolutely crazy. And there's going to be so much more to come as well. And I'm very, very excited for this. Right. So if we go over here now.
Welcome, stranger.
And we can modify this. We can buy the body armor. I think that was the light armor, actually. Sell body armor light, so we can instantly sell that. And now we can buy the heavy armor. So this is what the heavy armor looks like on this vehicle. Heavy armor front. Heavy armor. Sell. No, I don't want to do that. I want to put. No, I don't want that. Have I got enough? Yeah, I've still got loads. I've still got loads. I don't think I'm actually having to... I don't think I'm using that when I'm modifying it in here. So you don't actually use your toolboxes when you're actually inside. From what I can see anyway. Unless you're changing a part in here manually. If you're buying it and putting it straight in, I don't think it will use that. Buy wheel armor. Okay, so it's still like a little bit... Like I said, it's a little bit sketchy. So there's heavy armor there. And heavy armor there on the back panel. So there's a lot that you can actually do here. And I know it can be quite overwhelming. But this is something that everyone's like had to suddenly get used to. From not having modular vehicles to now having a system where you can do this. It's absolutely crazy. And it is crazy. It's nuts. Will that allow me to buy the wheel yet for it? Buy wheel armor. Okay, now it's allowing me to say. It's really weird. Okay, there we go. No, I don't want to remove that. Let's take the car off. Let's give it a service now. There you go, it's serviced. It's nice and serviced. There we are. And she can close the door. These cars are fast. Like, they are very nippy little cars. And I must admit, the physics of the way the car is actually really, really fun. I do really prefer these little vehicles compared to the old style. And I know there's a few people who's quite annoyed about the whole, you know, they worked on it for 2 years. But now we have the modular vehicles, guys. Like, we have modular now. The motorbike doesn't seem as modular. I don't know if there's going to be new things coming into this, or they've just kept this simple for the sake of keeping things simple. But, you know, you only need to put gas in this and obviously change the tyres. But with these, you have to take this to a mechanic to put the engine in when it's on the stand inside. That's the only way you're going to be able to do that. Not sure why I couldn't put the battery in manually earlier on either. But if you want to fix this vehicle by the side of the road or change your tyres or anything, if you have any issues or anything like that, you need to make sure that you've got the car jack, which is this. And always put it in your hand. That's how you use it. And then you can put the car on a stand like this. So then you can do that. See? And that's really strange because I put the... Oh, no, that does work out quite nicely, actually. It's incredible, really. Like, the whole system is just great, and it shows you what they can do with this game. There's so much more to come, guys. Also, at the same time, when mods actually get involved, this is like the groundwork for allowing these sort of things to be put into the game as well. When modders, you know, create new maps, create new weapons and vehicles and mods for vehicles and stuff like this, armor for the vehicles. Really looking forward to it. So, guys, I know this video has been a very, very long one, but hopefully that kind of gave you a little bit more of a hand with how things work. Just be sure to keep the vehicle repair kits on you, and also be sure to have a car jack as well, which you can find around in garages and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. So with that being said, thank you very much for your time, ladies and gents, and hopefully if there is anything that I have missed in here, which I guarantee there will be, then please be sure to put it down in the comments below. and hopefully we can all learn something from this. Also, two things that I didn't say about the vehicle, which I think isn't really much in that respect. But if you're driving at night, press X, that turns the lights on. Also, if you leave your lights on, your battery will drain. And also at the same time, if you only have a tiny bit of battery on your vehicle, you can get a friend to push start it. If it has a battery, if it's got a very low battery, get a friend to push start it, and you can actually drive it, but keep driving because that will charge up the battery as well. Also, H, the letter H will actually make the horn go off on the vehicle as well. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for your time, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.